Hello, Hero Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am. And today we're going to be opening up a box that I got in from Amazon. You clicked on the video. You already know what this is. It is the Transformers, Doom and Destruction 2-pack with Ruckus and Bludgeon. So, let me just get this open. I had a pre-order for this, and I'll get into... Ooh, that's looking good. I like that artwork. Just see that on the outside. And boom. Okay, so here is the 2-pack. That's actually pretty fun. I like that artwork. So, I had a pre-order for this. It ended up shipping earlier than I was expecting, but not by much. It was like by a week or so. But I am not in on both of these figures. I am only in on Bludgeon. But thankfully, my good buddy, Gahoobry J, is taking Ruckus. We decided to split this pack. We help each other throughout the year get different figures for our collections, and this is one that we decided to split. So I'm only going to be talking about Bludgeon in this video. So let's get the camera turned around and we'll take a look at him. Alright, here is the 2-pack out on the desk. Let's just go ahead and crack this open. That's really weird. Oh, okay, so it's flipped from what I'm used to with boxes, but the tab was on the front for that one. I'm not really sure how these are arranged, so we're just going to have to crack it open and see what falls out, and kind of sort it out from there. Oh, come on. Okay. So, no baggies or anything, so that makes this a little bit easier. So, I am just going to take out Bludgeon. Oh, I hope oh, that's sucky. The instructions are together, so we can't split the instructions. Oh, well. That's fine. It's basically Tarn. It's just a repaint of Tarn, so I'm not all that fussed about the instructions, so I will pass those along with Ruckus. So, let's see if I can do this carefully. And there. Okay, let's slide and get these guns out. Sorry, I just bumped the camera and you guys can't see much of this. So let's adjust that. There's one. I hate these kind of tags. I really do. I don't know if they're like better or anything for packaging toys, but I really do not care for them. There's that. Sword is removed. Okay, the arms. And feels like action figure operation. Okay, let's move that arm out of the way. Just snippity snip. Okay, Bludgeon is now removed. So let's get this out of the way. And get all these little plastic tabs out of the way too. So it's up there, and tell you what, I have to adjust the camera, and we will take a closer look at Bludgeon. Okay, I've got Bludgeon out. I haven't really moved anything, just kind of adjusted him to stand carefully, and got his weapons off to the side. But before we get into any of that, I want to talk about why I was interested in this Bludgeon figure, because up until recently, I was very selective with my Transformers. Even now, I guess I am still selective, but I've decided to expand and get more characters that I just kind of think are cool and I like. And as I'm like watching lore videos and watching other cartoons, I'm just kind of adjusting my collecting style. But why Bludgeon sticks with me so much is because of this book. So it's a Transformers Heroes and Villains collection. It's, I believe, a collection of the IDW Spotlight books from the comics when they were doing them at that time. So it's 6 stories, each one about one of these characters. And actually the Grimlock and Shockwave stories connect. But the one I want to talk about is Soundwave. And why that's important is because in this story, it actually has Bludgeon right there. And while I didn't read this comic a ton when I was younger, I flipped through it a lot. And just flipping through this book, it's just got a bunch of cool images, and it's seen some wear and tear because, well, I've had it since I was a kid. You can see Bludgeon there with, what is it, Bomb Burst and Iguanus. You can kind of see him there. So, and just the images of Bludgeon here, where he's got no mouth, with just the wires going in and out of his body. It just has really stuck with me. I plan to read a lot of the IDW stuff eventually, but those images just really stuck with me. So when this guy was revealed and I saw this head sculpt, it really spoke to my nostalgia and was like, holy crap, do I need this figure? So that is why I picked him up. There's a lot of other figures I plan to get from Transformers eventually that are just, I have some mild connection to them, and it just kind of stuck with me for a while. So we'll talk about those more when I get to them. But talking about this figure, it is, of course, a repaint of Tarn with just a couple new re-sculpted parts. I think it's just this upper torso and the head. And everything else is basically the same. I'll pull out Tarn here in a minute as a comparison. And I'm just kind of seeing how all the joints feel and making sure everything is looking good. So these back here seem a lot looser than they were on Tarn. So I may have to just remove them because they do not want to stay. So we'll see. We will see about that. So let's actually equip him with some of his accessories. So he's got these guns that I like to just plug into this. Now, in that comic I was just showing off, he actually has little flags on his back, but I wonder if I were to do this, if I could just emulate that. Boom. That's not looking too bad. And then, of course, he's got his sword. I really like the sword. It's a nice sturdy plastic. Got some good gunmetal to it. So that plugs in there. And let's get him into a dynamic pose here. There. That's not too bad. So now he's facing off and he's got his sword ready. Just like that. That looks pretty good. I'm liking that. And of course these guns can be equipped to his arm. And that should be good. Okay. So there is that. Let's pull out a couple figures for comparison. Yep, nope. Those are going to have to go. Screw it. I'm not fighting with those. They stay okay on my Tarn, but on Bludgeon, they don't seem to want to stay. So, might have to find a different use for those. Okay. So, of course, here is his mold mate in Tarn. You can see basically the same figure, just repainted with a couple new bits. So that's why I knew this was at least a good base figure to get. And plus he had some color to my Decepticons, because it's mostly just grays, blacks, purples, and a little bit of red and blue, but the yellow and green is a nice touch. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I think if I have on different sides of the display, it'll look better. So, and I think the guns are supposed to go on this arm, but this arm, for whatever reason, is just loose and doesn't hold the weight. This one, it seems to be a lot sturdier, so I don't know. Maybe they just tightened up the mold for this figure. But since I was showing off the Soundwave comic, where Bludgeon kind of pulls my nostalgia from, here is my Soundwave, who is severely yellowed. I think it's coming across better on camera, but it looks ugly and really bad. So I'm going to eventually get the new Legacy one. And even the blues here are looking bad. Again, that's not coming across nearly as bad on camera. But, so yeah, there's those two compared. I thought he was going to be a little bit too small compared to Bludgeon, but actually he looks pretty good. So let's try and get him into like a pose where he's fighting Bludgeon for a second. Give him like a good old kick to the jaw. And Bludgeon he had his sword up, but then he was caught off guard, and boom. Okay. There it is. Just gonna have to brace him a little bit there. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. In the middle of a fight, they came to blows. That's pretty cool. I am pretty happy with this figure. I don't think I'm going to transform him here on camera. I probably do it the wrong way or out of order or something, and I don't fully remember his transformation, even though I have the instructions. But I think I'm just going to leave it for now. So I think that's going to be this video. Actually, let's see if I can get a two-handed sword shot. There we go. Oh, that's pretty menacing. I like that. Let's get Soundwave out of there. That looks sick. So he is all kinds of intimidating. Looking at you with the sword ready to go. I like that. That's probably going to be the pose I have him on in my display. That looks sick. So, okay. I'm going to kind of cut the video here. I do hope you enjoyed me unboxing this. I will actually pair him up in a quick review with my, as I knock figures over, Lockdown and 86 Bumblebee. So I have pictures of these guys already done and ready to go. I think if I just have a session with this guy, I'll have plenty of pictures, and I just need to record a new intro. Aside from that, it should be a good video. I'm excited about this figure now. I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure you like the video, comment, leave your thoughts. Oh, he has a new crotch piece. That's a new part too. So that's I guess that's just where I'm gonna leave that. So there's a new piece that I noticed. Anyway, I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.